Let's get right to it today, man. Hey, God don't live in temples, man. God don't live in churches. God doesn't live in mosques or cathedrals. You understand me? He's not confined to stained glass windows or marble floors. He doesn't wait behind gold-plated doors for you to come and visit him once a week. No. Nah, man. God lives on the street. God lives in your heart. God lives wherever you take him. The mistake too many people make is thinking they have to go to a place to find God, as if he's waiting inside a building like a museum exhibit. But let me tell you, God never asked to be locked up in a building. He's not interested in being admired from a pew. He wants to be active in your life, in your neighborhood, active in your community where people are hurting and healing is needed. Let me give it to you plain and simple. Staying in the church when the word is crying out is like a doctor who refuses to leave the hospital when people are right outside bleeding in the streets. Imagine if paramedics stayed parked at the station. Imagine if firefighters stayed inside polishing their equipment while homes were burning to the ground. God's people are supposed to go where the fire is, where the pain is, where the brokenness is. Yeah, we gather to worship, no doubt about it. Yeah, we gather to be refueled, for sure. But the real mission, that starts when you walk out those doors, B. Because God don't live in a building. God lives where his good works are being done in his name. God shows up in the hands that feed the hungry. God shows up in the arms that hug the forgotten. God shows up in the voices that speak for the voiceless. That's where God sets up his own. Right in the middle of the mess. Right on the streets, man. Right where people need him the most. Think about Jesus. He didn't spend his time hiding in the synagogue, did he? Where was he? He was out there in them streets with the lepers, with the poor, with the sinners, with the outcast. He was where the pain was, where the need was, where the work had to be done. But I have to ask, man, why do we think we can just sit comfortably inside four walls and call it faith? Why would we confine the God of the universe to Sunday morning between 10 and 12? God's too big for that. Hell, your calling is too big for that. God wants to move through you on Monday when somebody needs encouragement. On Tuesday when a coworker is struggling. On Wednesday when somebody can't pay their bills. On Thursday when a young person needs guidance. On Friday when a neighbor feels hopeless. That's church. That's worship. That's where God is. Because this world doesn't need more people sitting in pews. It needs more people standing up and stepping out. It needs people who understand that every street corner can become holy ground when love is shared there. Every park, every shelter, every broken home can become a sanctuary when God's people show up and do his work. Let me tell you something. You're the church. You're the temple. Man, you're the cathedral where God lives, and wherever you go, you carry his presence with you. So don't be afraid to go where it's messy. Don't be afraid to step outside the building and into the real world where the real work needs to be done. Because that's what faith looks like. That's what love looks like. That's what God looks like. Moving, active, alive, on the street, in your hands, man, and in your heart. So the next time somebody asks you, where's God? You tell them, man, he's right here in me, in the work I do, in the love I show, in the good I bring. He's not waiting in a building. He's already out here working through us. So let's stop just going to church. Let's start being the church out there where the need is, where the hurt is, man, where the healing must happen. Because God doesn't stay in the building. God goes where you go. So take them to the streets. It's just work, baby. Let's go.